Welcome back. Well, that's how it played out on the Hangout, but then we're now joined by Demola Olarewaju. Demola, thanks for coming on the program.
The pleasure is mine, Victor.
What do you make of all this scenario playing out at the National Assembly with Nigerians? I mean, they're demanding to see the books of the National Assembly open. What do you make of it?
I think it is a step in the right direction. I think going from the antecedents of the National Assembly, the legislative arm has always been the one most affected by every military interruption in government. We always have a situation where the legislative arm will be dissolved. The executive arm, well, a part of it will be dissolved, but we'll still have people appointed as ministers, and then, you know, the civil service was left largely as it was. The judiciary, too, largely was left as it was, and we even had cases where retired judges were brought back to head tribunals. But the legislative arms of government never existed, you know, so we never really had, it's one area where we have not really developed. So, you know, coming in 99 and having 16 years of the Legislative Assembly in the Fourth Republic has been an experiment, you know, it has been an experiment, and I think that, you know, it is now time for us to get it right. I remember in the very first 4 years of our democracy, between 1999 and 2003, Senator Dr. Chuba Okadigbo, the Senate president, one of the Senate presidents at that time, said that he was not in Abuja to spread poverty, that he wasn't in Abuja to live in hotels filled with cockroaches, that he was there, you know, to sort of to partake in the wealth of the nation, so to speak. Wow. And people saw sense in what he said. But I think right now, the tempo of the country dictates what is going on. You know, the change is in the air, and it is time for the National Assembly to also join, to also be blown by that wind of change.
All right, I mean, if you look at the kind of people that come, I mean, someone on the Hangout just made mention of people who have bad antecedents, so to speak, before coming, and he's thinking these people might not even want this change to come. But again, if you look at the fact that across party lines, this change is being pushed by a senator-elect and also a senator who is actually already there. And do you think there will be a clash of interest trying to make this change happen?
I think in every democratic experiment or in every attempt to move forward, you would always have those clash of ideas. You would always have people who would say that it's not yet time. You would always have those who would say that the movement forward is not actually the right thing to do at that point in time. So it is normal. But what we need to do is to make sure that our message is clear to them, that we want or we believe that it is time for the National Assembly to open up its books to the public, that it is time for the National Assembly, let us know what exactly is going on there as per the overheads.
Why do you want to know? What is so important? What is in these books that people, Nigerians like you, why do you guys, what is there? What do you want to know, actually?
Because, you see, government should not be run in secret. There should be no secrecy in governance. Of course, you know, you have areas where secrets can exist. But when you are talking about
why
an
is the
assembly,
National Assembly not part of those areas where secrets should exist?
Because, you see, the National Assembly is supposed to be people's assembly. Okay, you have 109 senators who are elected to be our representatives. Now, if we cannot ask our own representatives how much they are earning per month, if we cannot ask them how much their furniture allowances are, if we cannot ask them how much their housing allowances are, if we do not know these things, then it makes it difficult for them to be accountable to us, because they are supposed to be most accountable to us. For instance, I come from Elisha. Okay. My senator is Senator Jide Omoworare. Okay. You know, I want to be able to have access to him. I want to be able to ask him questions. I want to be able to send emails. So I think this also fits into the larger picture of the openness, that these are the things that we want. These are the things that should be happening. So you see, because the legislative is an integral part of democracy. Okay, there should be nothing that should be secret. Of course, when you go into closed door sessions, when you go into those sessions, but you see, even during their own sessions, they also have a time where, you know, they allow outsiders like us, people who are not floor members, to come in and to observe their sittings. So that is the idea of democracy in action. Okay. The Senate is supposed to be, you know, the place where citizens can come and see what their representatives are discussing, what their representatives are saying. You know, so the National Assembly is where openness must exist. It is where it must start from. So that is why, you know, we believe, or I'm one of those who believe, that it is time for them to join that trend.
All right, but the National Assembly is saying that in these books there are some information which, I mean, like national information, which they think shouldn't be released in their defense. I mean, do you think, if they think these information shouldn't be out there in the public, why then should we be
the same the same National Assembly the same National Assembly passed the Freedom of Information Act,
okay,
which states clearly that there are some pieces of information that cannot be released to the public. What the Nigerian people want to know are not those things that cannot be released to members of the public.
okay,
We've been hearing figures for the past 16 years. We've seen instances where the executive arm sends a budget to the National Assembly. The National Assembly, by its own self, increases its own overhead costs, increases the money that comes to it without letting us know what these improvements would contain.
I think it's now 120 billion in this year's budget.
Well, I mean, 120 billion still amounts to a little bit too much, in my own opinion, you know, for the National Assembly. Now, even if it is not too much, what we are saying is let it be open. Let us know how much is coming. I want to know how much is coming to my own senator. Is my senator, is he getting anything to be as constituency for constituency projects? Is he what exactly? How much is he making? How much is he channeling to us? You know, for developmental projects, I mean. How much is he channeling to the people at the grassroots? So these are the things that we want to know. How much is each person getting? Because you have situations where a senator, for instance, becomes the head of the downstream committee of the petroleum sector, yeah, in the Senate. Now, this senator probably didn't he didn't study petroleum or knows nothing about that sector. Of course, he has to hire a technical assistant whom he has to pay to help him, you know, cut through all the red tape in that particular industry. So we understand those things. We understand that they must have technical assistants, they must have special assistants. But what we have is a situation where people have been in the Senate over time, and these same people have not demonstrated any particular development. We have not seen a situation where the quality of bills coming out. We have the petroleum industry bill. It's still there. It's still hanging there. You know, so it is a situation where I feel that most senators should be willing to come out open on this issue. I see no reason for them to hide. And I believe that the mood in the country, the new senators that we have going into the House, understand clearly what is at stake. And I think that, you know, that wind of change is going to start, whether from the House of Rep or from the National Senate. I know it is going to start definitely at the National Assembly. All
right, we got to hold it here. Jamal Larry, thank you for coming to the program.
Thank you very much, Richard.
Pleasure is mine. With us on this issue. But then that's how we are and where we are at the moment. But we'll take a quick break, and when we return, we do see your tweets and your messages that you post on our Facebook page as well as our Google Plus page. Look at all those and also review the most viewed videos on our YouTube channel in the past week. Please join us again now.
This week's fifth most viewed video is the rib-cracking performance by comedian Bobby during last year's Vanguard Man of the Year award.
Sometimes I dey wish make God just scatter everything, take everybody destiny from them, come scatter them for ground, say make we start again. Dangote go dey find in destiny, no say I don't match him. I don't match him for ground like this.
In fourth is the mind-blowing confession of a nanny who kidnapped 3 children a few days after her employment at a Surulere household.
I kidnapped the children on Sunday. I bring them down to Abidjan. They called me. They say you are going on a mission. I say again.
The third spot is taken by the released video of Boko Haram insurgents fleeing Sambisa forest. Coming in second place is this baby-making factory, discovered by the Imo State Police Command.
I didn't know that the baby would be sold out. So on 24th of November 2013, I gave birth to a bouncing baby girl that was promised to be given 100,000 naira.
And in first place is the video of a man who killed his 4-month-old son in Kogi State.
Well, there you go. Those were the comments that you sent, of course, being part of the program, and also the videos that you watched the most in the past week. Now, with 106 new laws out of 1,063 brought before the National Assembly in the last 4 years, Nigerians believe the legislative arm of government has not lived up to its billing and are demanding for books of the Assembly be made public like that of the United States in all ramifications. For instance, the 2 chambers of the United States Congress passed 604 bills in 1999, 460 between 2007 to 2008, and 297 between 2013 to 2014. And of course, they're paid less. We end on this note, but continue online via the social media addresses showing on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Victor Matthias.